Mike in Atlanta. Nice to have you on the program, sir. Hi.
Merry Christmas, Rush, and may God bless you, your loved ones, and the entire EIB staff in this new year.
Thank you, sir, very much.
Listen, yesterday you had a caller, I believe his name was Jerome, and he said that he agreed with you 99% of the time until recently when he had to go on unemployment. And, by extension, I would argue that he always agreed with you until he had to rely on unemployment. So this is an example of what economic hard times and economic disaster even do to even the best of conservatives. When you have no options in life, your only option is the government. And, it's just to me a perfect example of, it's a micro of the macro that's happening right now.
Well, it is, because I understand your point. The point is that we can lose conservatives to economic reality brought on by liberals. That even the most committed conservatives, when confronted with economic reality and have to turn to only one place for support, the government, we can lose them. No
one can say it better than you, Rush.
Is that what you meant?
That is exactly what I meant.
So, the only area where I would disagree with you and what I was trying to make clear to him was the government's not his only option. He's his best option. The government doesn't care about him.
Oh, I couldn't agree more, Rush. I'm self-employed and I'm not eligible for any unemployment.
Yeah, I hear you.
So when times get tough, it's me. It's me against whatever, and I have to make it work.
Well, yeah, everybody does. It's just, we're all different. Not everybody's cut in the same cloth, obviously. Not everybody's self-starter. Not everybody's cut out to be self-employed. Not everybody is hardwired the same way. In fact,
can I bring up another topic, Rush?
Yeah, go ahead.
You and I have a lot in common, actually. Aside from being lifelong conservatives, I hated school. And as a result, I never went to college.
Yeah.
But I'm an engineer. I work in the professional world. I'm licensed in several states. And this has, and you've mentioned it, that how you define intelligence is something I've spent a lot of time reflecting on, okay? Because life doesn't, give you a scorecard. It doesn't give you a report card. And, so the point is the best definition I've ever heard of genius is somebody who affects the way other people think or behave. And when I look around and I see the influence that you've had on our society, politically, the broadcast world, I'm not trying to suck up to you, Rush, but frankly, in my opinion, you're the greatest genius that has ever been in broadcast or political history.
That's going to make Larry King very mad.
Yeah, well, I think he's going to get over it. I mean, after all, he is pretty old.
Well, it's not his fault. It's not. You know what Larry wants to do next? He wants to go on a comedy tour.
Well, you could arrange it for him, but,
No, but he wants to be the one telling the jokes. That's the interesting thing about it.
Well, you're setting it up would be the funniest part of the whole thing. Anyway, Rush, we love you. We're out here, and keep on, and Happy New Year, buddy.
Mike,
okay?
same. Thanks very much. What he was talking about, defining intelligence. I've actually, we have a way of defining intelligence. That's IQ. What I've always said, we're going to have to redefine smart. Smart used to be defined in basically to whatever degree you were educated, formally educated. I remember Bill Buckley back when I was in Sacramento. I guess this might have been 1986. He wrote a story article, Playboy magazine, redefining smart, and he tackled it from the standpoint: at what point in human civilization was it no longer possible to know everything that was known at the time? And he calculated the knowledge that gets charted each and every year. in virtually all fields. And he made the point that it wasn't, all that long ago that you could know everything that was known. That it was possible for somebody to know everything that was known. Not to know everything that is, but to know everything that was known at the time. Now that's not possible. It is simply not possible for anybody to know everything. It was possible at one time in long ago human civilization. So what defines smart? Because I constantly listen to, but I don't think Obama's smart. Obama believes things that are terribly wrong. Obama believes things that are destructive. Obama is educated. Obama is able to sound like he's confident in what he says. But how can somebody who is wrong at the same time be smart? Well, okay, okay. Certainly says, well, wait a minute. How can you become president if you're not smart enough to navigate the political battlefield and so forth and so on? Well, you can be formally educated and smart, and you may not be formally educated and be smart. Every individual is different. That's the point. But we have this blanket assessment of people that says, yeah, he's a pretty smart guy. Based on what? To me, there are a lot of people, publicly known people, who are said to be very smart, and they're dead wrong about so many things. So my question always is, what is smart about being wrong? Are you smart because other people think you are? Are you smart because the right people say you are? Are you smart because you sound smart? Look at the people who are called dumb. Look at the people who are called stupid or short-sighted or what have you. There are an awfully lot of stupid, very successful people. And there are a lot of smart failures. So it's always amazed me how we define smart. And I always fall back on common sense. Common sense to me is something that really can't be taught. It's born of experience. It's born of an innate intelligence. It has nothing to do with education. Some of the greatest wisdom in human history has come from people who never set foot inside a classroom. But they had certain life experiences that taught them things. They read certain things, taught them things, of course. And I've always, we assume, like Pelosi. Yeah, she's Speaker of the House. Yeah, she got health care done. But is she smart? She's calculating. She understands how to put the fear of God into people she's leading. But when it comes to really common sense, right and wrong, is the woman smart? And folks, I swear, I listen to her, and there's no way this woman is smart. But she's very skilled and very talented at certain skill sets. They said Hillary Clinton, I'll never forget, the smartest woman in the world. Why? What did Hillary Clinton ever do but allow herself to get stepped on every day of her marriage, but turn it around to her benefit? A lot of women wouldn't put up with 1/10 of what Hillary's husband did. So a lot of women do. So it's always, when you talk about somebody who's smart, it's always interesting to me who's calling them that. Who's telling us so and so is smart? And I know that many of the people I think are smart and brilliant are routinely laughed at, made fun of, impugned. Most conservatives are considered to be, and by the way, I think, now that I bring this up brilliantly, I think this whole business of who is considered smart is what motivates many of our people inside the Beltway to say and do things that they say and do, so that they will be perceived as smart by the people handing out the judgment. And I think there is a quest on the part of many to be smart, and in some cases to be the smartest in the room. I look at commentators left and right inside the Beltway, and I see that many of them one day want to be thought of as shapers of events, and the next day they don't be thought of as having nothing to do with events. They're way above them and just commenting on them as the wise men of the world. And what's the quest? The quest is to be thought of as smart. In fact, in this analysis of Obama as having won the day, ridiculed the Republicans, just really outsmarted the Republicans on the tax deal. Really, this guy's so smart. Why, he's the comeback kid. So I go totally against the conventional wisdom when I say I don't think Obama is smart, because I think Obama's wrong about so much. And I have trouble with that contradiction, being wrong and yet being smart. Yeah, I know I have said in the past that the ugly know who they are. Unfortunately, many dumb people don't know they're dumb, which is one of the problems. We are led by a bunch of those people.